So for this activity, all you have to do is just to break down the number. So as you can see, we have 62 here, which represents this value over here. And this 6 over here represents the value over here. Since 6 is in the hundreds place, so its value is equivalent to 600. And if you notice, we now have a blank value over here. We have a question mark there. Okay. And that represents the value for this, which is 2. Because 7, as you can see, is given here. Since 7 is in the 10,000s place, so its value is 70,000. So just to break that down, just to show you, we have 72,662. Breaking it down, the value of 2 is just 2 alone. The value of 6 is 62. The value of this 6 as well is 600. And we can now say that the value of 2 over here is equivalent to 2,000. Okay? So that is just to show you how we break down the number so that you'll be able to figure out, in just in case that you'll have difficulty, this is how you break down the number to fill in the blanks. So which means in this case, we can say that the value for 2 is 2,000. Hello there, grade 5. For today, we are going to learn how to multiply numbers by 10, 100, 1,000, and so on. Okay. So there is actually a technique on how we multiply numbers when it comes to multiplying them by 10, by 100, by 1,000. But just for us to compare, first, let's say we have 32 multiplied to 100. If you're gonna do the process one by one, if you notice, 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 3 will give us 0 as well. Multiplying the next given digit, which is also 0 in the tens place, 0 times 2 will also give us 0, and 0 times 3 will also give us 0. And now we have 1 in the hundreds place multiplied to 2 will give us 2. 1 multiplied to 3 will give us 3. Summing it all up, that's 0, 0, 2, 3. Take note of that. And the technique here is all you have to do is just to get the number which is 32 multiplied to 100. Just take the base, which is 32, and count the number of zeros that you have here. Make sure that this is equivalent to 1, else the answer will be different. So since you have two zeros here, all you have to do is just to add two zeros. That's 1, 2, giving us a final answer of 3,200. That's the logic behind multiplying numbers that ends with 0 with a base of 1. So again, let's try another example. 127 multiplied to 100. So all you have to do again, to take the base number here, which is 127. How many zeros do you see? 2. So just add 2 zeros there, and that is it. Okay. Okay, so we might also experience situations like this. For example, we have 42 multiplied to blank and is equivalent to 4,200. This is actually very easy because all you have to do is just to get the initial base number, which is 1. Why? Because since 42 remains 42 here, and how many zeros do you have here? You have 2 zeros. So all you have to do is just to add those 2 zeros with the equation. Another example, let's say 308 multiplied to blank equals 3080. Then again, since 308 in this case remains the same, so all you have to do is just to multiply it with the base first, which is 1, and count the number of zeros that you have here, the extra zeros, which is 1 0. So all you have to do is just to add it with 1, which gives you 10. So that's 308 times 10 equals 3080. Okay, next, what if we have this situation here? What if the the first number is blank multiplied to, let's say, 100 and is equivalent to 92,300. So if you notice, we have 2 zeros here. Get the last 2 zeros as well. And what is left here is 923. So all you have to do is just to write it down there at the blank. So which explains 923 multiplied to 100 is equivalent to 92,300. Okay. Exaggerating the number, we now have 60,200,000. This is a good example just for you to see that we don't literally take just the number of zeros here. It depends on the situation like what we have here. So knowing that we have 3 zeros in the thousand, so all you have to do here is to basically get these 3 zeros here. Okay, so that's basically it. And what's left is this number over here. All you have to do now is to take this number and put it here. So that's 60,200. 60,200 multiplied to 1,000 will give you 60,200,000. Another example. So let's say we have 80,400. So blank multiplied to 10 is equivalent to 80,400. Then if you notice here, you have 1 0. Taking away 1 0 as well here, which leaves us to this number alone. And reading the number, that's equivalent to 8,040 times 10, which gives us 80,400. Okay, for this example, we are now going to learn how to break down a number. Let's say, for example, you have 12 multiplied to 40. In this case, all you have to do is to break down 40, where it will become equivalent to 4 times 10. It's basically like taking the factor of it, where one number should be equivalent to 10, 100, or 1,000. It depends on the given number. So once you're done breaking it down, all you have to do now here is to take the number again, multiply it to 4, then multiply it to 10. So in this case, all you have to do first is to deal with these first two numbers first, which is 12 times 4. So assuming that you already know how to multiply this mentally, 12 times 4 will give us 48. And just to double check our answer, that's 12 multiplied to 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 1 is 4. Then all you have to do now is to multiply it by 10. If you notice, this is familiar now to what you did earlier, or what we did earlier. And that's basically by simply taking the base here, which is 48. And since it is by 10, you take the number of zeros given. In this case, it's 1. And that gives us our final answer. Another example. Let's say it's 23 multiplied to 40. Let's change that number because it's already given earlier. Let's say it's now multiplied by 30. Okay. Then again, breaking down 30, where one number should be equivalent to either 10, 100, or 1000. So that's basically taking the base number 3. How many zeros do you have? 1. So that's equivalent to 10. So 3 times 10. Rewriting the equation, we have 23 multiplied to 3 multiplied to 10. And assuming that you know how to do this mentally again, our answer will now be equivalent to 69. So just to double check our answer, that's 23 multiplied to 3. That's 3 times 3 is equivalent to 9. 3 times 2 is equivalent to 6. Then what we have learned earlier, just write the base number, which is 69, multiplied to 10, which ends with how many zeros? You only have 1. So that's now equivalent to adding just 1 zero as well. So the final answer for 23 times 30 is 690. So that's basically it.